Hey everyone, welcome back to Optimize Evony. I wanted to do a video today on Chalons, but before I get started, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. I am about 3/4 of the way to my subscriber goal, so if you haven't already, please do smash that subscribe button. And I appreciate everyone who has so far. Once I do get to 1,000 subscribers, I would really love to do a live stream for you guys, answer any questions that you have, anything that kind of comes to your mind. But yeah, let's get back to the video. So today I wanted to talk about the challenge pairings. The challenge pairings, I think everyone pretty much agrees are awful in one way or the other. I know there's a lot of people that complain about they're not able to get enough points. They're a really good alliance, but they're not paired with anybody that's any good. Um, and so they're not able to get points to qualify for the the semifinals and finals. I actually have my alliance actually has an interesting opposite problem here. So just as a note, we're a little bit over 100 billion alliance in C1. That's a decent size alliance. It's not huge. I mean, there's like the 300 billion or 400 billion power alliances, like the 12 server 12 and whatever server merged with them, the Gymsack, kind of alliance. You have that alliance, you have like the RSP, like those are just massive, massive alliances. And so uh, those are compared to us, compared to them, my alliance is super low power. But we're not a small alliance. We're a pretty decent sized alliance in terms of power. But look at the matchup that we got matched it with this challenge. And I'm sure some of you guys look at this and are like, wow, that's an amazing matchup. Particularly the people who are probably going to be the winners. Um, I'm honestly probably discounting us from winning. We haven't done particularly well in the last couple rounds of challenge. We're just, not we're still building kind of the alliance chemistry and uh, getting people to be quick on rallies and stuff like that. And with challenge, there is some soloing, but when you're faced with kind of this amount of power, you're not going to be soloing the alliances. There's going to be 10 billion, 20 billion people. And so while you might come out ahead soloing, you're going to lose your subs. You're going to get, rallied in return, and it's just not going to be worth it for you. So really it's which alliance is able to set up the quickest, get the rallies off quickly so that they can zero the other uh, powerful alliances before they have a chance to kind of rally back. And uh, kind of as a side benefit, as you're kind of picking off these players, their rally power is dropping pretty significantly. So if they start with, I mean, 25 people, no one ever actually has 25 people, unless you're like RSP, I guess. But if even if okay, let's say you have 25 people, probably like 2 to 5 of those people are doing buildings, and so you maybe have 20 people max to kind of rally with, and so you're these kind of players, these alliances that are probably gunning for first place, all have max rally halls. They're all going to be super quick. And so if you're able to fill your max rally hall, that's going to be the most amount of power that you send. But as those people kind of drop off, you're going to be losing power. You're not going to be doing as clean of clears, and so it's going to hurt everyone. And so uh, this is going to actually be a very interesting matchup. I'm actually very interested to see it. Like I said, I don't think we're going to do particularly well. It really annoys me that we got paired with this, and I'll explain why in a little bit. because most people would love this matchup. You know, maybe you would rather be on the higher end of the power and be able to kind of do more attacking and stuff like that. But most people would love this this matchup. Um, but really, for my alliance, we unfortunately we kind of went through some stuff and we didn't make top 100 last challenge. And basically what happens with the for for the top 100 for Major League is you get this upgraded castle. So we had the first upgraded castle, which gives you basically a bigger alliance space and stuff like that. But we don't have this alliance castle, which gives you alliance construction speed, ground troop defense, and food gathering. You know, doesn't really matter to me. We never really had any hope of getting into the top 16, just based on our power and matchups and stuff that we had. But we were really hoping to at least be able to get top 100. And we've had some rough matchups so far. Uh, we faced. I'll get into the matchups a little bit, but we basically faced the top team and a team that's also probably going to qualify for semis in both of our first two matchups. So we didn't do particularly well. Um, and so, but this matchup really pretty much eliminates us from even the chance of getting into the top 100 because even if we do really well, I would say our max would be, you know, maybe third place or second place. We're not going to take first, and we really need first to be able to kind of move into or you know maintain the ability to get top 100. So unfortunately, that probably means that we're out. It is just really annoying to me because I hear about so many other alliances. One of my friends' alliances is like 110 billion power, and they're getting matched up with 20 billion and 30 billion alliances where they can essentially just solo them and just hold buildings the entire time. And so, unfortunately, they're not getting enough points to really advance. They would love to, you know, be able to advance and go into semis and stuff like that, but they're at least winning. They're at least, you know, getting the benefit of winning. There's no chance that they're going to be knocked out of the top 100. They, of course, already have the Alliance Castle, so it's kind of just unfortunate because it's the people who it seems like the people who don't maybe don't want as tough of a matchup. We want a tough matchup, but we still want to be able to play well and place well. And really, just against this kind of competition, we're just not able to. It's just we're outgunned. You know, it's like myself and another one of my alliance mates that are kind of higher power, and then we have a lot of smaller power players that can easily be soloed or you know wiped out in a single rally. And so it's really hard to play against these kind of super alliances that are really good at rallying, and their players are too big to really solo. So um, yeah, we're still working on that, but it is just kind of a little bit annoying that what we want, which is a little bit easier matchup, so that we can place well in terms of just like just like getting that castle and stuff like that, is not what we're getting, but other people would kill for this matchup because it would allow them to get more points and allow them to actually move into the top 16. So I'm actually very interested to see who's in this matchup. I don't know who people are based on power, but I assume that one of these alliances is going to make a massive jump in terms of the points that they're getting, and it might even be enough to get them into the top 16 and qualify them for the semifinals and the finals. So I mean, good luck to whoever they are. I'll maybe give you an update on who they are after that. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about the matchups? It does seem like nobody's happy with it. Whatever side you're on, you're just not happy with it. So to be clear, this this alliance, Apex Predators, they're super good. We faced them last challenge and they smashed us. destroyed us. And we were basically just cannon fodder for them. Uh, so, I mean, good game to them. I hope they do well, in finals and stuff like that, or in semifinals and stuff like that. But I think there's also, some really good alliances that maybe some of the best alliances that really are not even qualifying or are, touch and go on whether they'll be qualifying. Like, I mean, look at how close these scores are. You're you're pretty close on all of these. Uh, like Neff almost won it the last, or maybe did win it, one of the last 2 years, and they're just hovering at 16. This was actually the team that we faced in the first round, and they also crushed us. So it's, we're pulling the some of the top alliances in our matchups, unfortunately. But yeah, I know, like for example, Yi is Waggy's alliance and Luan's, and they're sitting at 23rd, and I mean, they also crush their matchups, right? Like they just have less points. So the people that they essentially what that means is that the people that they got matched against were just did not have as much power. So they might be really good alliances. They might be able to rally really well and stuff, but they just don't have the power to give the points to the first place team. I know CAC is also really good. They probably are also one of really good alliances. RSP just fought against them. FUC, they're also good. I mean, there's a lot of really good alliances. Uh, Burn Burn was one of the finalists, either last challenge or one before that. Ape, like there's just like so many of these alliances are just so much further down than I expected them to be. And I'm absolutely not saying that anyone ranked in the top 16 doesn't deserve it. They're all really, really good alliances. But I would like to see, I mean, I think one challenge last time, and so but they're sitting at 12th here. So wha- what would be cool to see is either have another like tier of challenge, or like have a more extended kind of playoff, because just the top 16 teams just really are not capturing all the really good teams that are out there. So, and I mean that this is just looking at C1. If we look at C2, I mean there's some really good alliances: NFG, VIG, um, AAD. I think that might be Rhythms Alliance. Not sure. Um, but yeah, I mean, look, you have to go all the way down to 11th for RSP, and I know RSP just absolutely demolishes their opponents. I would say they are probably the best alliance in terms of teamwork and buffs and their ability to just win. But they only have, I mean, one, this is interesting. Look at the difference in points between C1 and C2. The alliances just aren't as big. But I mean, they're just not able to get the points that they need to. I mean, look at this. Like this is Sir Philip's alliance, ATK attack, and they're also struggling to get points. So it's one of those things. I'm sure there's really good alliances that are not making it. So it would be cool. I mean, I think everyone likes to play it and stuff like that, but it has good rewards. But it would be cool to have more of a either like have some of the top alliances fight each other or at least fight good competition. Um, I know that was exactly what I was complaining about with my matchup, but I think part of the problem with my matchup is I don't actually mind matchups like this. I think this would be cool if everyone's getting these matchups. I think the problem with the matchups are is not that. The problem with the matchups is that my alliance is getting this, and other alliances that are, of the same size are getting matched with just alliances that they can essentially just solo or don't even show up to their battles. And so they're just automatically getting that win instead of having to fight for it. So I would rather everyone have to fight for their win and the best teams actually do advance, and then we can get a really good, semifinals and finals. And I'm sure the semifinals and finals will be really good regardless of who's there, but it would just be kind of absurd to, for example, like let's say RSP doesn't make it, or let's say uh, you know, Neff drops down, doesn't make it. IMO is one of the really good alliances. Yi is one of the really good alliances. Like, I mean, so many of these alliances are really good. The HOT is really good, and it's just like they're doing all the right things, but they're just not able to make the semifinals just because of luck. And there is some element of luck in this game, but when when that's keeping you in or out of a major battle, and when there's really so much on the line, because like I mentioned, I was excited about this, but the other alliances, they're excited about this. So they're excited about getting these buffs and getting these buffs for people in your alliance. So let's say you're in an alliance and you're not a super heavy coiner, but you play really well as a team and stuff like that. You might have a chance to get one of these historic subs for free by placing really well in challenge. But if your alliance doesn't make the semifinals, you don't even get a chance at that. And so it would really be a bummer for some of these top alliances to just not make it. uh, yeah, it would be great to spread the wealth around and stuff like that. But you also want to see, as a spectator, as a player, you want to see the best competition there. So, what do you guys think about the matchups? I've heard a lot of different things. Let me know what you guys think would be a better way to kind of do the matchups, or do the rankings, or whether an extended playoff would make a little bit more sense, or whatnot. Uh, but yeah, that's kind of all I had for you guys today. Just wanted to kind of show you this kind of ridiculously uh, good, but also really bad for us matchup that we had. But as always, thanks for watching. Please do remember to like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And leave a comment.